Productivity Arata. Imagine the following. You're having lunch near your office and according to the menu, the lunch should cost $15. So you eat and when you get the bill, you see that you've been charged $17. At this point you ask the manager to explain the difference and he says, oh, the prices have changed and the menus all have been updated, but unfortunately you ended up with one of the old menus and he insists that you have to pay the new price. So here's the question. Do you think that the manager acted correctly by getting those $2 extra that are due to the restaurant? Certainly not. And this is one of the most basic mistakes that people make, and people actually with weak business sense. Imagine further that you get very upset about this whole event and you decide never to return to that particular restaurant. I'm not even going to talk here about points of view from the consumer law or professional ethics or just courtesy. My commentary here is purely financial and rational. This manager is not taking customer value into account. Learn what customer value is. Imagine that the typical customer of this restaurant is someone who works in the neighborhood and therefore they go there to have lunch at least twice a month and they spend an average of $15 per lunch. This means that the value of this customer is $30 per month or $360 per year. And because of $2, that establishment lost a customer who represents $360 a year. And that is why many businesses follow the principle of serving well to serve forever. The true profit of the establishment happens in the continued sales, in the continued relationship with that customer. And this applies to hair salons, to dentists, restaurants, phone companies, and banks. The companies that you see making great television ads and big billboards and hiring celebrities to advertise, they are the companies that profit most in the long-term relationships. Although it is pretty expensive to acquire a new customer, these companies know that the chance of this customer leaving the service is quite small. This is particularly the case of banks because it's quite unusual for us to be changing banks frequently, isn't it? Even in deals with one single transaction, it is necessary to serve well. So now there are some people thinking, oh well, my kind of job, the customer only comes once in a lifetime, so I can give whatever service because they're not going to return anyway. What is wrong with this type of thought? So once again, we're not discussing all the ethical aspects and kindness or consumer rights. Let's just think here from the purely rational financial perspective. One unhappy customer can spread negative experience to other people. And one happy customer can also do word-of-mouth advertising and recommend business to friends. So what can you do about it? So the concept of this video here today is quite basic. Any business owner who has a minimum of experience should know this. But you would be amazed at the number of marketers, entrepreneurs, and professionals who never really thought about it from this perspective. So the first activity of this video today is to think, what can you do today to improve the way that you do business? Maybe you can train your employees better. Because perhaps if you are the founder or the president or director or manager, you understand customer value. But sometimes the salesperson, the phone operator, the waiter, the receptionist, they are the people who are in direct contact with your customer and maybe they're not treating your customer as they should. Maybe you have employees in your company who think that they are doing a great job by insisting that the customer pay those extra $2 to balance the account. But they're not thinking that they're losing customers who are worth $360 every year. Maybe you need more boldness in the way you spend money on marketing to attract more customers, because even if you have a loss at first, it may be that the new customers continue to do business with you and bring you a lot of profit in the long run. There may be no profit in the first few sales, but if your product or service delights the customer so that he or she returns several times and recommends you to other people, the profits will follow. And if you are a freelance professional, if you have a business of your own, or if you want to open your own business, I have a link here that will help you with essential concepts to thrive. And for that, you can take a look at the link here on the screen.